Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I'm going to answer a question from the audience from Harry Larry McNary. He's going to ask, how do we attract and then keep new players to Splinterlands? And I think this is a really complicated and important topic. It's going to actually speak to this moment of what I think is coming soon in altcoin market and maybe Splinterlands moon mission, because we're going to attract new players, but are we going to keep them? And if so, how do we achieve that? Let's discuss it today. Stick around, stay tuned. Have an amazing day. God bless. Guys, this will be the last one for now. If you're enjoying the content, remember, drop that like. It's the best way to help the channel. So Harry goes, Wayne, love your stuff. Thank you. Please, how do we get new players in? I really feel if we get them in, they'll be hooked, but how? This is the key question for a game, for Splinterlands, right? It's the reason. It's the question mark or the barrier, the hurdle that if we can overcome, this thing turns from, a niche financial opportunity and a piece of entertainment into maybe life-changing opportunity. Because if we go from what is maybe 5 or 10,000 human players to 50 or 100,000 human players, the multipliers on the assets will be insane. And I think you can add a zero to that. Like a game that can change your life financially, that is also entertaining, should be easy to sell. And it should be the place where more and more and more people hear about it, and more people chase after it, and more people come to it. But I honestly believe that the secret sauce to getting us there is also the biggest barrier to getting us there. What do I mean? The barrier to new players coming to this game is the complicated nature of cryptocurrency and the difficulty in understanding how a blockchain itself, in how do I onboard and access these tokens? How do I deal with custody and storage and private and public keys and Hive keychain and what do you mean it's on the blockchain? It's like I just want to play a card game, and that impediment to a ton of players. Probably it's not just an impediment technologically either. It's an impediment because there's a black eye to cryptocurrency. Even just yesterday, only yesterday does the Bitcoin ETF ever pass, like the first of its kind, right? And it's a spot ETF, and that's a big deal. But even that barely passed. There is still even with Bitcoin, which is the leader of this marketplace and blockchain itself, is still thought of as niche, as dangerous as the SEC in their attempt to protect the public are holding them back from things like this and discouraging involvement and participation in things like this. I'm talking about Bitcoin, but I'm also talking about blockchain-based video games. And this black eye that this cryptocurrency space has, because of the non-understanding and actually the malicious intent of some of the third parties that stand in the way, is a major impediment to a large audience coming towards Splinterlands. But also that impediment, that barrier, that difficulty, that niche element is the secret sauce to why Splinterlands is so cool, so powerful, so impressive, so exciting, because not everybody has heard about it. Not everybody gets it. And as they begin to get it, as they begin to open their eyes to the possibility of receiving real financial reward for your time and effort in a video game, that's going to be a revolution. It's going to multiply in a massive way. And it is starting slow, and it's nowhere near that sort of crazy blow up moment. But there's two reasons. There's two things that could propagate new player adoption. And one is people recognizing that opportunity I just mentioned and thereby overcoming their concerns or around what it would mean to be involved in blockchain. That just like the appetite for it could grow. I think you can't control that. You can keep talking about it. You can keep showing it. You can drop likes on videos like this. You can go support your local content creator. You can retweet, you can re-steam. You can, there's different things you can do to spread the conversation. And that's going to slowly work. But the bigger issue that's beyond our control, and that's probably the most to the point answer to your question, how are we going to grow player base? How do we get new players? How do we get them hooked? How do we get them exposed even? It's going to be through what I alluded to before you commented, which is around things like SPS mooning, cards mooning. How is that going to happen? And why would that propagate new players? Well, it's going to happen because cryptocurrency is volatile. It has massive gains and moments of long-term prolonged bear market, but then short-lived massive gains. And I think a moment like that might be coming for Splinterlands and for SPS in the near future. I say that very cautiously because I don't want you guys aping into something stupid. But to me, I believe I speak out of a place of confidence for me and my money and my plan, not to give advice, but to talk about what I'm doing and why. And if I'm right about SPS going to 10 cents, to 30 cents, to 50 cents, to $1, the opportunity that would grow financially from this game, I spoke at the beginning of this live that I made 340 SPS in the last 10 days playing tournaments. And you think, who cares? 300 SPS, 3 cents in SPS. It's only 90 cents. That might not matter to you and me, but it matters to people who $1 a day matters to. And then if we start to say not 3 cents in SPS, but 10 cents in SPS, 30 bucks a day, or 30 bucks, that's 30 bucks across 10 days is 30 bucks $3 a day. Now we're starting to get somewhere. 10 cents, that's 10 cent SPS. That's just tournament gains. But remember, there's also rank gains. There's also APR from staking your SPS. There's also, card flipping and whatever. So the path to true player growth is absolutely going to be through the excitement and the bull market moment. One last point on this. Just today, I saw a comment on my channel. Someone was looking at one of my old videos. It was Hewitt, and I commented on it already, so it's going to be gone. No, it's right here. Hewitt, who has commented on the channel a lot. He's been with the channel a lot. But he made a bit of a snarky comment about this old video where I was talking about reward cards and how they were cheap. And it's old reward cards that were not soulbound and the price points around those. And they were in the video. If you watch it, you'll see that the price point on those videos is 10 or 20 times what they are now. And so he's making a comment that, look, they're so much more expensive then than they are now. They weren't cheap then, is his point. And I go, okay, but you're looking at a video within a moment of time where there was a crazy bull market happening. And I'm saying, and I've always said, that cryptocurrency and bull markets are cyclical, and Splinterlands will enjoy that again. And there will be that influx of player base chasing after those gains. Now, I don't want them to come then. They're going to lose money because they're going to make the mistake that some of you made the last bull market. They come ape in when everything's at its highest. And then they watch and they slowly bleed out and they slowly bleed out. But if you're still here now, you, I believe, and I believe will enjoy that next bull market. And I believe we can add zeros to some of these things. I think you're going to start to see multiplications that are for the first time for you being realized. And that's why it was so important earlier we talk about how do you get value out, because there is something that could happen here that could be meaningful to you. If we go from a player base of 5,000 to 500,000 people, and I mean, again, players, not accounts. We had 1 million accounts. We had 500,000 daily active accounts. But I think we can see bigger numbers than even that. In fact, I feel confident about it. And that will be this really crazy series of 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks, maybe. It will not last forever because most of those players aren't going to come because they like the game. They're going to come because they're chasing gains. And my answer to your question, Harry, is absolutely that FOMO is going to drive new adoption, new player base. But unfortunately, 9 out of 10 of those people are going to leave when the gains are gone because they don't really even want to play a game. They just want to chase gains. But I do think we see growth in player base in that moment. I do think we see multiplications on the price points of certain cards in that moment, in SPS in that moment. I think there's opportunity for us in that moment. And it's going to take this ebb and flow, this wax and wane, this gain and fall across multiple bear markets to really see the adoption grow. It's going to take the more and more, the slow and steady accumulation of people recognizing what Splinterlands could be and how the trivial daily rewards matter across time so that some of them overcome the difficulty and the black eye that crypto walks in so that they can get here. Those will be the lucky ones, the ones that come of their own volition and recognize it before there are gains. The unlucky ones will come racing in when the candles have been green for, 100%, 200%. SPS is at 50 cents and they're chasing after, look at what I can get with Splinterlands and look how much money I'm making in Splinterlands. It's like, okay, but are you ready for the bear market? You guys have seen that, you survived that. And I think if you're prepared for that up and down, you'll do better. But we can't, I don't think we can focus. I don't think there's any one way, except for outside of constant education toward the community, sharing our joy with this game, selling it from a perspective of both fun and rewarding, but then simultaneously just waiting on the bull market itself to be the best advertising that you're ever going to see. And no, it won't be the case that all of those people come and then stay. Tons will come and play and then leave because they're chasing not a game, but gains. That's just the nature of how this works. But this blockchain revolution won't be stopped by their coming and going. It won't even be slowed down by. It's like, this is just I think the routine and the norm for what a crypto blockchain-based video game will do. There's always going to be these massive gains and prolonged lulls. Splinterlands has survived that, weathered that storm before and again. And I think it's going to come one more time, but that means gains come again too. So that's the future, that's the path, and that's the, I guess maybe the difficulty we're facing in the path to overcome it. I think it's going to take still years to come, but I mean, Splinterlands could do this. I don't see why Splinterlands can't exist and keep doing what it's doing for 20 more years. And beyond, even saying 5 years feels like that's forever. But apart from, the only impediment to that failing would really be, in my mind, the company running out of money. And truly, if we make it to another bull market, which I think is probably sooner than later, I think we find that money. And I don't know that if this one didn't kill us, I don't know how we lose in the next one. Do you know what I mean? SPS, the amount of token valuation that's in the DAO, right now it's like, I forget how many million, several $1 million. That will grow massively during a bull market. The accounts of the developers and the game will grow massively. The sustainability for the next bear market, which will eventually come, will be more ready, more resilient, we'll be more prepared next time than we were this time. So I feel like our successes are growing and our victories are slowly accumulating. And I think we are going to keep being adopted. It's just going to take time, and it's not going to happen in days and weeks. It's going to be multiple years. But that means that's good news for you and me, because it actually means the opportunity isn't yet gone. If everyone was playing this thing, the opportunity is already gone. Because almost no one still is, it's that the outsized returns are available to you and me, who've been stacking soulbound cards, earning free SPS, playing in tournaments for free, and getting amazing rewards, accumulating merits and gladiator cards that can set you apart and distinguish your ability to win more often. The opportunity is now, and so just maybe focus on that. And just watch how your desire to see more come will just incidentally happen, both as the economy booms, but also as the game just lingers, and it will keep lingering. There's no reason why it won't. So that's my view anyways. That's the confidence I'm walking in. I don't say that out of a place of advice. I say it out of just to unpack my confidence and my expectations for the future adoption of Splinterlands. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks so much for your time and attention. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless.